Pushing to ISO 800 offers no benefit as an 800 ISO film is already available. I'll just pretend I didn't see that. SantaColor 100 is a C41 color film, so naturally I wanted to know what it would look like developed in ECN-2. Because of the current lack of daylight, I decided to just go ahead and push the film. The product description also mentioned that it handles pushing 1. To be fair, I only pushed the first or 1 step to 200. I thought I couldn't have asked for more thematically fitting weather, until it hit me just how grey everything was. It's a bit difficult to judge how a film renders colors, if there aren't any there to render. The daylight wasn't exactly inspiring. I was generally pleased with the results. Some of these shots have a, dare I say, cinematic quality to them. The only problem so far was that 200 ISO still isn't great for handheld low-light photography. I was going to use a tripod, but nope. It didn't quite work out. Emboldened by the results so far, I decided to just go ahead and push the next roll to 800. Turns out, it's not so bad. Some other shots cue quite red. The film is already quite sensitive to red light, but I think the ECN-2 process might have brought it out even more. The red shadows were most evident in the overexposed frames. The grain is of course more noticeable, but it's still not as grainy as Vision 3 500D, which is usually my go-to for these type of shots. I also like that the shadows actually go black as opposed to a grainy mess looking at you 500D. Is there a more cliché shot than this? I still like it though. I was really excited taking these photos, until I realized I was soon going to be alone in a dark forest off the beaten path, and then I was really in a hurry to get out of there. And here's where I messed up. Those ECN-2 cams I had lying around weren't exactly fresh. I had been compensating for that by extending the development time, but this time they must have reached their limit because the negatives on the final roll were very, very thin. The red cast is easy enough to correct out, but I wanted to share the uncorrected ones for reference. It also for some reason didn't bother me in these pictures. So what to make of all of this? The Santa film team have hinted that the stock is a Kodak air surveillance film, possibly SantaColor 4. I'm pretty sure this is the same film stock that was rebranded by SantaColor and various other smaller resellers in the Russosphere. The Russian invasion of Ukraine obviously put a stop to that, but I'm thankful that SantaColor came along because SantaColor was really expensive, and now I can mess around with one of my favorite film stocks to my heart's content. I think I'm done cross-processing this film in ECN-2 for now though. So, in conclusion, I like this film a lot. It has very fine grain when exposed properly and feels very sharp. It It's quite versatile, and the cross-processing added its own look that held up surprisingly well. I don't know how well this would print because I don't do optical printing, but I'd imagine it would be a hassle, considering that the film lacks the orange mask, never mind the color shifts introduced by the cross-processing. I scanned with a digital camera. The sacrilege! And do the inversions in Photoshop and didn't have a problem getting the color balance reasonably right. The film lies very flat, so it's easy to handle and scan. One thing to mind is that light bleeds through this film much more than with normal consumer film, so it's recommended to only load it in subdued light. I can't really say I mind the light leaks though. Have you used and misused SantaColor? I'd love to hear about your experiences and opinions. Take care!